Hey everybody, Andy here, AK Montolio. We're back for round 4 of Vintage League. We're playing Oath, and no idea who we're playing against here. So let's see. We won the die roll, which is nice. Okay, I think this is reasonable. We're going to keep that. We got the turn 2 Oath with an Orchard, so we're going to try and find a Force of Will here off this Preordain. We'll just play a basic. We do have the luxury, if our Oath gets countered and we don't, we do have a second one. Let's see what we can find here. We're looking for a Force, though. Yeah, I don't really... Ponder is decent, but I think we're on a different plan here. Maybe showing a little bit of weakness there by bottom, but let's see. I do think this is okay. You know, if my opponent has it, they have it. They need to have a Force of Will here, or a Force of Negation. Next turn we will be up, so they have the negation. They got rid of a cruise. Okay, so we gave them a 1/1. So next turn we will have another opportunity to perhaps dig for a Force, and still have the ability to cast the Oath. This just looks like it could be Jeskai here. We will see. This is just a time walk. Yep. Time walk resolves. Let's see what they do here. Okay. 3 cards in hand. Could be a hard cast negation here. Dragon Rage Channeler. Okay, the Channeler resolves. Let's do a little digging here. Once again, looking for a Force of Will. There it is. I mean, I could have Cataxian probed first to see what they have, but I just don't think it's worth doing that. I will never figure these orchards out. All right, let's see if we can get there. The resolution of this. Pyroblast does not do it. Celestial Storm does not do it. Okay. Now, if this is Breach we're playing against, it could be a little more difficult for us, but if it's just Murktide, probably all right. Well, that's actually not true. A Murktide is definitely a problem. We can't just attack into it because our creatures are 6/6 too. But they're not to a Murktide quite yet. Okay. I guess I just have a lot of counter magic here is my guess. Let's see. If it truly is Jeskai and they have swords, that's a little bit worse for us. It's just straight up, you are Murktide, my guess. And I think that's what they're going to go for here. And we will have to fight over it. Forager. Wow. To owner's hand. And what did they exile here? Time walk. Negation. I think that's okay. I honestly think that's okay. Because my guy here is... I mean, if they want to attack in to get one of those spells, I think that's okay. I would prefer to keep... Okay, Flusterstorm down. Of course, I drew an Archon. That is really funny. Okay. Well, what we're going to do here is we're going to cast a Dak Faden. They maybe have a Pyroblast here, but I think that's okay. Yep. On top of their library. Yep. All right. So they can Time Walk here, but it's going to cost them their Forager to do it. Unless they've got a way to remove that Archon. What's in our yard here? Ancestral and Time Walk. So I do think we want to reshuffle here. I beg your pardon, excuse me. Okay, let's see what they come in. Nope. We're going to Oath, get that blessing on the stack. Oh, what a draw. So we're going to make them discard their card first. I guess technically, if they are able to get something in their graveyard that's going to turn this on, they could kill my Archon. So we'll see what they want to do. Also, if they have a bolt is a thing too, but I do have a counter for that. So they are attempting to find so they're dead next turn. We're just going to Ancestral ourselves here because we can. And we've got double force up. I don't think we need to do anything. They're going to attack with their Forager. They're going to go and get a Time Walk. And they maybe can draw a Pyroblast if they have one left on their deck to counter that. Or a Flusterstorm, which won't work. Yep, they got Time Walk. I'm going to pitch it rather than cast it because of the presence of Flusterstorm. Give Flusterstorm no out. I mean, I can double pitch no matter what, but oh, they found an Ancestral. Look at that. I think I'm going to cast, right? Like, how much do I care? I mean, I'm going to resolve this no matter what. And this, they're going to have to discard and chump block. I guess I can make a golem here if I so choose, and I can't kill them with the golem that way. That's game. They were unable to turn their channeler on. So not an efficacious use of resources, obviously, there. But deterministic on my end. It didn't really matter much. Okay. So I could see a world where Lantern is okay. Don't feel like Mindbreak Trap is very good, but maybe it's all right. Probably not necessary. Could see Veil being pretty good. Probably don't need them all. Cutting an Oko just seems kind of crazy, but I'm going to do it anyways. Like, their deck doesn't do much if they lose their graveyards. I don't know that I like taking Oko out, to be honest with you. I think I'll take out a Fawn. Okay, what can we do here? I don't like that hand, really. It's a much better hand. We're going to be able to force through. Let's try that. The question is do I want the Oath or do I want to get an Oko? What I'm worried about is a Pyroblast. But these are much stronger plays. Like getting a turn one Oko down is like really powerful. And shutting off their card draw is really powerful as well. I don't know what I like more here. I don't think I'm going to do Oath here because I can cast that off another land. And I don't know, like, what's the likelihood they're going to pay a creature out that's going to get me here quick? Like, probably not great. This replenishes cards. This thing just goes off. Like, at least this gives me a card. Oh, but I can't do that. I can't actually do Narset and hold up. None of these work. I can't protect them with counter magic. I'd rather have a play that I know is going to resolve if I use that Lotus. Now, we don't have much else going on here. Like a Grafdigger's Cage makes this a whole lot worse for us, but we do have the live play of drawing into an Orchard. Time Walk here. Yep. Okay, don't want to play into it. Feels bad, but at least it's a land of some sort. Now, if we can find a red source, I'd be feeling much better about myself. Preferably a volcanic island. Or an orchard would be the best draw of the lot, because that pressures them in a way they have to manage immediately. So this is very likely to get pyroblasted. No, it didn't. Okay. We'll take the force into our hand here, and next turn we'll attempt to cast a Narset, which is very likely to get countered, and then we can follow up with Oko, which will turn on the Oath. Now, we could pick a fight over the Narset or the Oko, pitching the other one. But I think the likelihood of us winning a counter war is probably fairly low. I'm just going to cast a Murktide into my O. I'd be fine with that. Treasure Cruise. I think it's worth fighting over. They have the Pyroblast here probably, but Fluster. Okay. Let's see if we can resolve it. Nope, just Pyroblast. Okay. Oh, not Pyroblast. Brainstorm? Ancestral. Okay. Nothing? Okay, they found a forest likely because they're contemplating here. To me, it's just a... Or maybe they're pausing like they have a forest, but they don't. Forager, yep. So one of the problems that we're running into here is that they can cast a... Well, it's not really a problem. I was going to say, if they do cast a Murktide, I mean... But, I mean, a Cage compounds things here if they run them. 2 cards on top, okay. Cage just... They win with a Cage here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wonder if they run a Sanctuary in their deck. Okay, well, I mean, that was a bit of a rough sequence for me, but... Flusterstorm, that was a really bad draw. There you go. Still not likely to win any counter wars here, but I mean, I don't know what is in my opponent's hand. They very likely have a number of creatures between Murktides and DRCs in their hand. Yeah, gosh, just fine. I think I need to protect the brainstorm. I need to find another land naturally. All right. I'm sure they'll let that resolve. Can I wait? I think so. Having double Pyroblast up is pretty good here. We're not in an emergency here. We can kind of just sit back and let our opponent do some things. Where we get into trouble is if our opponent finds a cage. That would be pretty bad for us. Yep. That is their third wasteland. I don't know if they run Dak Faden in their deck or not, but Dak Faden would be pretty bad for us. We're kind of on the find an orchard plan here. Oh, they're playing. Wow. Okay. So that must mean they found a cage. Maybe not. I don't know. Cage shuts off DRs or Dreadhorde Arcanist. All right. Let's see. I'm surprised my opponent did that. They sacrificed their Dreadhorde now. They must have an answer of some sort here. The Snapcaster? Like, that's a very odd play. Magmatic Sinkhole. Deals 5 damage. Okay, well, this is a 6/6. So that resolves. Like, how much do I care about that? Like, do I even care? I don't think so. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. I feel like way ahead in that exchange. Like, I don't know. I still don't feel compelled to take any action here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Dak Faden is pretty scary. So we're going to counter Dak. Hardcast Force. Okay. What I can do here is I can Flusterstorm. Oh, phew. That was lucky. That's my last land. I did not pay any attention to that. And hopefully they don't have a fluster of their own. Okay. Yep. That's not what you like to see. Jeez. All my Archons are in my hand here. My opponent doesn't know that, of course. Let's see what he does. Fairly awkward. Dig through time. Well, I think we're going to fight over that. That is one that is worth fighting over. Hardcast Trap. Yeah, that's pretty good. I feel like we have been losing this entire game, but we have just the early Oath of Druids ended up keeping them from casting any type of creature. They made a very suspect play with that Dread Horde. I don't think they realized they were going to have to sacrifice it. But we just really were never put in a position where we had to exert ourselves at any point and expend our resources until we got in a fight over the DAC, which thankfully ended up working out. But yeah, hit that like and subscribe button, guys.